Yeah, let's face the east. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI, Rahakadash. Double honor to the elders, apostle GMS, who rule well. I ain't the son. Salute you, brothers, that's pushing this word and truth, sincerity, strength, power, YAHAWASHI. And shalom to you brothers and sisters that's growing and trusting the spirit and power, YAHAWASHI. Shalom to you too, right? And we out here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked, destructive kingdom known as Babylon, the great Sodom, and Gomorrah, Egypt, Rome, all over the empire borders of money controlled by Esau, Edom, so-called white man. That's the biblical nationality. He's the devil that the Bible speaks of, right? And we're gonna start out with these clips. I got it. I want y'all to pay attention. Very important, right? Let this commercial get by. This information here is very, very important. Alright. This concerning Russian gas, and it's concerning Germany. And Germany is part of the beast. Okay? Germany is part of the beast.
Embargo has emerged as a potent and quite an effective weapon against Europe. The European Union definitely knew that antagonizing Moscow would have consequences. Yet, countries in Europe pressed on and are today facing skyrocketing inflation and incredibly high costs of living. Russia's gas embargo is also having devastating consequences for farming giants in Europe. Germany's industries, meanwhile, are on the verge of a blackout. What more could go wrong? Ask Germany, and it'll tell you that its biggest natural gas companies are today on the verge of bankruptcy. At least 2 German gas giants are desperately seeking government bailouts to survive the ongoing crisis. Here's why. Russia has completely stopped natural gas supplies to Europe via the Nord Stream 1 pipeline. That's proving to be quite painful for German companies who relied heavily on Russian gas to fulfill their contractual obligations within the country. First, gas giant Uniper fell. It pleaded for a bailout from the German government to survive Russia's onslaught. Berlin initiated extended aid worth 15 billion euros, which has since climbed up to 19 billion euros. Still, things hardly look optimistic for the company as Germany's energy crisis gets from bad to worse. Next in line, and the most recent gas giant to ask for a bailout is VNG. On Friday, the gas giant said it suffered substantial losses owing to cuts from Russia's Gazprom. Here's why things have gone south for companies like Uniper and VNG. You see, these companies were slated to receive gas supplies from Russia at fixed and rather affordable prices. However, the stoppage of gas flows from Russia has led these companies to procure gas at massively higher prices from open markets. VNG said its current economic trajectory would be unsustainable moving forward. VNG is one of Germany's biggest importer of natural gas. The cessation of gas flows from Russia has forced German companies to fulfill their contractual obligations within the country on their own, and this fulfillment is costing them several billions of euros. That threatens such companies' financial health, which is why they have been forced to seek governmental aid. Just days ago, Germany announced a 65 billion euro package of measures to ease the threat of rising energy costs. The package, which is much bigger than others, will include one-off payments to the most vulnerable and tax breaks to energy-intensive businesses. Germany's economy is forecast to reduce by 0.7% in 2023. That comes at a time when the euro is weakening against the dollar. Meanwhile, industries in Germany are on the brink of having to suspend their operations due to a scarcity of energy sources, complemented with sky-high fuel prices. This raises an obvious question. How long can the German government spend billions of euros to keep businesses afloat? At some point, Germany will hit a crunch point along with other European economies. When that day comes, governments will be unable to save industries due to acute economic stress.
So that's what I want y'all to hear, the conditions of Germany, okay? That's the conditions of Germany. And I'm gonna set this one up. I got another one, but first we're gonna read what we got loaded through the Spirit in Revelation 17.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 13. For these have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Which the beast is NATO and the EU. Okay? The beast is NATO and the EU. The military part of the beast is NATO. The financial part of the beast is EU. Now, what I want to do is just a simple Google. Is Germany part of NATO?
According to NATO, Germany became a NATO member on the 6th of May, 1955.
So Germany is part of NATO, okay? And they became a member on May 6, 1955. Now I don't need to Google is Germany part of the EU. I don't need to do that. But you got EU members part of NATO, and that's what make up the beast. Now to clip on Germany, that's what we focus on. How Germany is facing a energy crisis. They're in a predicament because they depend on Russia. Does Germany depend on Russia for gas? How much does Germany depend on Russia for natural gas? See if I can. See if I can pull up anything. I want the percentage. That's what I'm looking at. I ain't gonna Russia pipes gas into import in December of 32% of supplying, followed by Norway at 20%, the Netherlands at 12%, data from Independent Commodity Intelligence Service. Let me see. I wanted Germany. I wanted to get Germany, just specifically Germany, but it's hold on. Alright, this one right here. This say how reliant is Germany and the rest of Europe upon on gas, the rest of Europe on Russian gas. Like I'll read it again. How reliant is Germany and the rest of Europe on Russian gas? Alright, and it says I just seen it. Okay, how reliant is Germany on Russian gas? Natural gas makes up about 27% of Germany's overall energy mix. So the point is, Germany relies on Russia 27%. Okay, and it says before the state of Russia war in Ukraine, just over half, 55% of gas consumed in Germany was imported from Russia. So before the war, they depended on Russia for half their gas. So this is before the war. Now, concerning Ukraine. Now, Germany have cut it, and now Germany is relying on Russia for 27%. Before the war was 55%. Half of their natural gas. And that's the predicament Germany is in concerning Russia gas. I'm gonna let y'all see this. Okay, that's what I was reading, right? But let me go back out. Oh, that's the article right there. Lord willing, y'all can see it, because I know the sun sometimes block. You know what I'm saying? Lord willing, y'all can see it. But that's what I was reading. So we understand that before the war, Germany depended on Russia 55%, and now they're depending on Germany depending on Russia 27%. Now read 13 again, Revelation 17 and 13.
All right, this is Revelation chapter 17, verse 13.
Right.
These have one mind.
He's talking about NATO and the EU, okay? That's what he's talking about, the EU, right? NATO and the EU, right? Go ahead.
And shall give their power and strength unto the beast.
Go ahead.
Verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb.
So when who the world enemy called Jesus come back, NATO and the EU is gonna make war with who the world enemy called Jesus, which is their title as a lamb. Okay? And that's what it's saying. It's talking about who the world enemy called Jesus, which his true name is YAHAWASHI. Go ahead.
And the Lamb shall overcome them.
Okay, he shall overcome NATO and the EU. Go ahead.
For he is Lord of lords and King of kings.
Go ahead.
And they that are with him are called the chosen and faithful.
Go ahead.
Verse 15. And he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth are people.
The whore is talking about America. And it's talking about the nations that America rule over. Go ahead.
It says, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
See? Go ahead.
Verse 16.
You gotta remember, the whore is America. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 16.
Perfect.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore.
It said the 10 horns which thou saw upon the beast shall hate the whore. Okay, the 10 horns is the EU. Okay? The 10 horns is the EU. And Germany is part of NATO and is part of the EU. But I'm showing you through that clip concerning what's going on with Germany, how they was relying on Russia and the predicament of Germany's energy crisis. You see, the Germany in the crisis because they were depending on Russia, and America is influencing Germany to get away from Russia, but that's causing Germany to end up in the energy crisis. See how it's all playing out? That's why you gotta watch what's going on in the world and filter them through the scriptures, because everything is, the process is playing out. But you gotta watch, you know, what's going on in the world to understand where we at concerning prophecy, because this is a build-up to where Germany is gonna actually come against the war, which is America. You can already see the predicament that they in. You see, it's a build-up, you know, and throughout the world, you got articles and people talking about that it should be rolling blackouts in certain parts of the world, okay, because of the energy crisis, okay? Okay, continue on.
And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh.
So here it is. It's saying the 10 horns, and one of the horns is Germany gonna make the whore desolate. The whore is America. So Germany is going to fire missiles on America. But you can see the buildup in the condition that the Germans are in because they depend on Russia. And America at war with Russia. See? Go ahead.
And burn her with fire.
And burn her with fire, man. Now, what I want to do is show you another clip, okay, concerning the Secretary of Treasury, okay? The Secretary of Treasury of the United States, and this is Janet Yellen. Janet Yellen, and this is what she's talking about, right? So y'all can see how all this is playing out, man. You know what I'm saying? All this is good news, man. This is good news. Okay, huh?
It's a celebration.
This is a celebration. All this is good news. Now, this is Janet Yellen, right? And this is concerning the price cap on Russia.
On Russian oil is one of our most powerful tools to address the pain that Americans and families across the world are feeling at the gas pump and the grocery store right now. A limit on the price of Russian oil would deny Putin revenue his war machine needs and would build on the historic sanctions we've already implemented that make it more difficult for him to wage his war or grow his economy. It will also aid in maintaining the global supply of oil, helping put downward pressure on prices for consumers in America and globally at a time when energy prices are spiking. Energy security is a key element of President Biden's foreign policy agenda focused on American workers, businesses, and consumers. That agenda has been an area of focus on this trip. In Tokyo, I had the opportunity to meet with Japanese leaders to discuss the strength of our bilateral economic relationship. By deepening our economic ties with allies like Japan, Korea, and many of the countries represented here at the G20, we can make our economies and our supply chains stronger and more resilient, and avoid the sort of costly disruptions that have driven up inflation in America and globally.
Now, if they put a, now I just want you to see some of that. What that is you can type in YouTube, a price cap on Russian oil would deny Putin the revenues his war machine needs, says Janet Yellen. Says Janet Yellen. So that's American official. Now, when she was speaking, she was saying how the price cap is gonna help lower the gas in America and other countries, which that's a lie. See, but they using Russia and they blaming Russia for them destroying the citizens' livelihood so they can bring the Great Reset. See, they're using that so they can bring that reset, you know, that they want to bring so everything is digital, okay? So that price cap concerning Russia will basically cause the oil to skyrocket and the gas prices to skyrocket. Now,